I think it's videotaping. Okay, guys, what's going on? This is your boy DJ coming at you again. What's happening? I haven't done a project in a while. I haven't built a kit in like over 2 years. So, treated myself to a kit. MST Max Speed Technology Unimog Kit. So check it out. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there is what I'm talking about. Okay. Things about this kit. I gotta have it completely built. It's very nice. Very good quality kit. I'd even rate it as high or higher than the Axial kits. Very high quality kit. The transmission is fully ball braced with metal gears, which is very nice. Let me show you. I got it all put together. I had it for maybe 2 weeks, but I got it all put together. Bam! Just want to give you guys some pointers. Check it out. Okay. Now, by the way, these are not the stock tires that came with the kit. Okay. The tires that came with the kit are actually too small to actually get the full Unimog look. You do not get the full Unimog look with the smaller tires. It just doesn't look right. So, but let me let you see the box again before I show you my body, whatever I'm working on. There you go. That's what it looks like. And it's awesome. It's awesome. By the way, these are the Tamiya bodies that come with this kit. So you get all the Tamiya packaging for the body as far as the, you know, the mirrors and all that other kind of stuff. You get all that with the included with the kit. See, what do I really like about this kit? I think the quality it's just a very high quality kit. Of course, it's traditional steel rails. Now let me show you some. This may throw some of you off about this kit. Check it out. It does have plastic links, but they're super sturdy though. They're so short. You know, the links are very short, and they're super sturdy. So normally I can't stand plastic links, but I'm very happy with these links because of the fact that they're so short. They're super sturdy. They use really good plastic. So if you want to waste the money and get the metal links, go ahead. Me, I'm not buying any metal links. These plastic links are fine. It's the same with the front. They're extremely stiff. That's all I require, you know, if I have a truck that has plastic links, is that they be extremely stiff. You know, if you look at the HPI, the new Toyota truck they released, now that thing has straight up flimsy links. Of course, you have to replace those. But on this truck here, the MST kit is not necessary. If you do, it'll be more of a bling factor because these links are not flexing. Okay, let me show you something I added to the truck, which is not necessary at all. I just did it just to be me. Okay, if you look right here, that's a lead weight. Yes, a lead weight added to the around the transmission housing there. I use clear silicone, okay? When I work on my trucks to add things to it, I use clear silicone because it's simply removable. So it dries nice and hard, you know, it won't go anywhere, but at the same time it is removable. I just like to have that center weight, you know, because the motor is up front, and I'm not into rock crawling, I'm into trilling, but I just wanted to add a little bit more weight. As far as battery pack, you got the side mount here. I'm really not used to having a battery pack mounted like that, but it works out really well. I don't have any complaints. It does really good. Let me flip it around here. I got to share some things with you guys about this, specifically the Unimog build. Okay, there you go. Again, these tires here are not the stock tires. These tires actually are the Barrage tires that came with the ECX Barrage. But these tires really give the Unimog look that I was looking for. So I decided to go with these tires. I'm going to paint these rims too. I haven't got around to it yet. It takes time, you know, to get around to all this stuff. But yeah, you know how it is with RC trucks. It's like it's always a work in progress type of deal. Okay, guys, to a lot of you newcomers who haven't been building trail trucks very long, I want to share something with you because a lot of you guys don't know about this. But right now everybody's into getting the brushless motors for crawlers, this and that. And the main advantage of the brushless motors is there's no motor deterioration, basically, you know, as long as you keep it up, you know, little oil in the bearing. But I want to introduce some of you guys to the lathe motors that we were using years ago. I've been doing this trailing thing for quite a while. Over over 10 years. So I've been doing, hang on, I'm recording. I've been doing this trail thing for quite a while. So when I started off doing the trail thing, guys are really into the lathe motors. Now, if you go on Tower Hobbies, you can get a lathe motor for probably about $23, $24. And what's nice is you got all kind of different turns. Like you can get a traditional 27 turn lathe motor. You can get like a 35 turn lathe motor. You can get a 55 turn lathe motor. But the ones that the guys were really going with were the 55s because you get an extreme amount of torque. And that's what I have right here, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, these are Integi or Integi. I pronounce it Integi, but Integi, whatever. If you go to Tower Hobbies, you will see this motor there, and it's very they're very inexpensive, and you can just use a standard speed controller with these motors, and they're very quiet. Yes, they have brushes. I love it. I know everybody likes to go brushless, but it's really not a necessity, and you don't need to pay all that money, $130, $140, or even $99 for a brushless, speed controller and motor. It's just not necessary unless you're planning on driving in a lot of muddy water. Now, that would be a disadvantage to having this motor. Let me show you why. Because these motors are vented. As you can see right there, it's a vented motor, which means what? Yes, it can run in water, but if you push too much, you get muddy water in there and rocks, you can do some harm. So you can always put a little extra screening over that. That would help. Get some silicone on the sides and put some extra screening, which I may do. That would help. But that would be the only negative pretty much. And over time, you may need to replace the brushes. But that's nothing, guys. I've had these motors and run them for years, no problems. And they're only 20-something bucks. So, guys, Integi, I-N-T-E-G-Y, Tower Hobbies, and you get a variety. They even have a 65 turn. So, as you know, with brushed motors, the higher the turn, the slower the motor, but the more torque you have. So, if you get like a 65 turn or 75 turn Integi motor, you're going to have massive torque. Okay? This right here is a 55 turn. It does really well. Okay, guys. What else do I have? I'm using just I forgot the name of the speed controller I'm using, but this speed controller is awesome. It's I guess you can say it's a Hobbywing speed controller. But what's nice is it's a brushed speed controller, but it can handle up to 4S LiPo, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, I said it. 4S LiPo. Okay? So, right now I'm running this truck on 3S. But actually, there's going to be more run on nickel metal hydride, I think. But then again, I put this 3-cell LiPo in there, and I was so impressed with the speed and the torque. It goes maybe 6 or 7 miles an hour. Not as quite as fast as a TRX truck, but it does pretty good. But anyway, yeah, awesome. This kit is just awesome. To be flat honest with you, let you see the box again. Max Speed Technologies. I would encourage people to get this kit. Probably even higher. I would say even higher quality than Axial. The reason I say that is because out of the box, you really don't need to add anything else to make the kit better. The links are solid. Yes, they are plastic, but they are very solid links. So therefore, I would save the money and use that on another kit or something else you may want. But also too, that many people call a negative. I don't call a negative. After being in this trail truck thing for over 10 years, I was doing this stuff about 15 years ago. Okay. No, I wasn't hardcore, but back then I was using the Tamiya Hummer. Even back then I had the mentality of I don't want to go fast, I want to go slow and have a truck that looks real. So at that time, I was driving the Tamiya Hummer, and I had took that through a lot of changes. 55 motors, everything, switching it up or whatever. So I've been doing this for quite a while. So why I said that, I forgot. I was going to make a point. But anyway, this truck is truly awesome. Yeah, I was talking about the links and stuff. Yeah, but anyway, the links and stuff in this truck, they're plastic, but they're very solid. So I would say save your money. I recommend saving your money and, just using the links that come with the truck. No, here's what I was going to get at. It came back to me. This truck comes with bushings, not bearings. It has bearings in the transmission, okay? When you build the truck, it does have bearings in the transmission. So you have a ball brace transmission, but you do not have bearings in the wheels and stuff inside the axles, the solid axles and stuff, okay? Now let me tell you, there's a plus to that. There's a plus to that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, number one, it's a trail truck. Okay, this is a trail truck, not a rock crawler, but a trail truck. So therefore, you know, with the gearing of these trucks and stuff, you're going to get massive drive time regardless of whether you're using bushings or bearings. So with this 5,000 milliamp pack, I can probably trail with this truck. I would say I can probably trail 3 hours with this truck off of this 5,000. Well, actually, it's a 5,500 milliamp battery pack. And remember, I can't remember the name of the actual name of this speed controller, but it says Hobby Wing fan on the top. But it's Easy Run. I think it's Easy Run or something like that. Who makes it? But anyway, that sucker is 4-cell LiPo compatible, so you can actually run a 4S brushed on a brushed motor. So I think that's awesome. I had bought that speed controller for a project I was doing with an Axial Yeti kit that I built, and was very disappointed with the quality of that kit. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, this truck comes with bushings. A lot of people think that's a negative. I don't think that's a negative at all after thinking back through it. That's why I went back to the Tamiya Hummer and giving a little history on that, is because the Tamiya Hummer, at the time, I think it came with bushings, but I upgraded to bearings. But it's not necessary to have bearings on a trail truck because, yes, it reduces friction. This is true, but it's not necessary because you're going to get massive drive time regardless. And also, though, it cuts down on your maintenance because bushings, you can drive in water. You don't have to oil them. You do not have to oil them, guys. Trust me, it's a plus. Bearings sound good. It's not necessary. It has bearings in the transmission. That's all you need. Okay? Yes, that's necessary. But as far as the wheel wells and the axles, you don't need bearings. You don't need them. Trust me. I know those people out there that know a lot more than I know, but I've been doing this. I've been doing this for quite a long time. And bushings are fine. Here's my body I'm working on for my truck. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Hang on, let me pause it for a second. Okay. I got some good pointers out for you guys as far as the body. All right, check it out. I'm not completely done because I still have yet to do the sub body, I think is what they call it. Sub panels or whatever else. But check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is my Unimog. Yes, it looks crazy. I know that. But that's how I work when I build my trucks. I don't want them to look pretty. When I build these trucks, I want them to look rough. I don't want them to look shiny. I can't stand a shiny Unimog. Okay? Big turnoff. But look how much better it looks with the massive tires on there. The ECX Barrage tires on there. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys some pointers. Like I said, I've been doing this a while, guys. I didn't start doing this yesterday. All right. Now, this is what I do to get my trucks to have more of a scale. Even the body, the Lexan bodies. I paint the bodies on the outside. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This body was painted on the outside. I use Krylon paints. Yes, you do not have to buy those little expensive paints that you paint on the inside of the body and spray the inside of the body. Not necessary. Again, I've been doing this for years, guys. I paint my bodies on the outside. They look more realistic. They look more scale. I got tape still on the windows. So yeah, I started to take the tape off, as you can see there. But anyway, I got the truck bed painted silver. Yes, I still have to detail it. And I'm not done yet. This is not a finished product. I still have to do the sub body, whatever else. But yeah, I painted it with some Krylon paint. I don't have the Krylon paint in front of me. But go to Walmart and get some Krylon paint. $3 and something, guys. And then what I do, I like to use matte finish on the truck, on my bodies. That way it gives it more, it takes away the shine. Now what I didn't do, you can also alter your paint, what's the word? Your paint finish. Like what I do is, like the cab right here is all flat, okay? I spray painted the body with some kind of silver, Krylon silver paint. As you can see, it looks really nice. And I kind of like that. Because in reality, in a real truck, you're going to have various, in an older vehicle, the paint's going to vary anyway, you know. So what I did was, an older realistic, say you found an older realistic, a real Unimog, you know, from the 70s, the paint's going to vary. It's not going to all be this shiny. Some parts will be shiny, some won't. But anyway, I used that silver on the back, and I was going to flatten it out, but I kind of like that sheen on it, so I'm going to leave it like that. Again, this truck is not done. Traditionally, black wheel wells, right? I painted them suckers green. Now look, I used a brush paint and a brush. That is paint that I got from Walmart for like 50 cents, 25 cents. Little plastic bottles like this, guys, I use to paint the fenders. Now I'm going to go back and touch it up and get rid of that little bit right there to make it even, you know, a little more refined. But I like the fact that it looks rough. It's not perfect. Okay, that's what I want. I want it to look like an old truck. I don't want it to be shiny. As you notice, you don't see any sheen on it. That's because it has matte finish on it from Walmart. Krylon matte finish. That's right. Krylon matte finish, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. I would encourage you guys to paint the bodies on the outside if you're a scaler like me that wants it to look scale as well. You know, that's what encourages me to have fun with these scale models is to mat them out and then at the same time make them look real. You know, and I still have yet to detail the truck, so that's gonna even bring, you know, putting the grill in there, the lights. I plan on putting a light kit on this truck to really bring it out. I plan on doing my wheels with different colors, like these squares up here. I did that just to make it look crazy. That's the way I roll. These wheels I may have one red wheel matching that right there here in the back, and have one tan up here in the front, whatever, or on this side. We're gonna mix it up though. But that's what, to me, that's what it's about: having fun and making the truck look old, not making the truck look all shiny, because that makes it look more toyish. And these are not toys, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who don't know, it takes a couple hours to a few hours to assemble a kit. You know, I've been working on this kit actually for like over a week, but that's not just one sit down. You know, I got other things to do. I got to go to work. You know, got other things to do besides build RC models, but that is one of my hobbies. But anyway, so sometimes it can take a little longer. And then if you, like me, I like to make it look scale. You know, like I said, paint the body on the outside. I even got a sunroof right here. Let me see if I can peel that off. You guys can see what I did with that. It was a little square left on top of this Unimog kit. And it's a little sun, I turned it into a sunroof. At least that's what I call it. Okay, watch this. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. On camera, the unveiling of my sunroof on my Unimog. Bam! What you think about that? Check it out. Nice and clear. Yeah. So yeah. And I have yet to take the tape off the windows, but I still have yet to detail it, which is going to be a lot of fun, because this is really going to bring this kit to life, is when I detail it. So there you go. MST Max Speed Technology Mercedes-Benz Unimog 406. Okay, that's the kit version. You know, whatever, you can even get that ready to run. My version, oh yeah, it's ugly, but it looks realistic with the big tires and stuff and the wheels. The tires really fill up the wheel wells, and that's what gives a Unimog that look, is when you can fill up the wheel wells. Again, I still have the skirt and stuff to put on here, so I'm not done. I got a ways to go, but I'm getting close, getting real close, ladies and gentlemen, real close. All right, okay, guys, there's something I forgot to point out about this Unimog kit too. If you want the bigger tires, if you want to leave the Unimog stock, you won't have to do this. But if you want the bigger tires, like I said, these are the ECX Barrage tires, you need to do this altercation, so to speak, on the truck. Okay, here's the bumper for the Unimog, right? Right. Well, the bumper, actually, when you read the directions, the bumper goes on the bottom, okay? When you put the bumper on the bottom, that's the standard way to do it. To get the bigger tires, to get the bigger tires on the truck, you'll need to put the bumper on the top. Yes, that's right. As you can see right there? The bumper is on the top of the steel ladder frame. And you can see the body post still fitting there fine. I don't know why they didn't do it like that in the first place, but that's the only way that you'll be able to use the bigger size tires, the plus size tires like these right here that I'm using from the ECX Barrage on the MST Unimog kit. If you want bigger tires, just simply put the bumper on the top. That's all you have to do. And you can do that. And as you can see, so what happens is, if you leave the bumper where it originally is supposed to go, it's like you got two bumpers. You got the body bumper and you got, I mean, if you want to use the bigger tires anyway, it just doesn't look right. So yeah, you'll have to place the bumper up. And then on top of that, another thing you'll need to do too, like the Unimog, if you look at the box, okay, on the body, it has that little dip right there. You actually have to file that down on the actual bumper. Dremel that out so the body will sit on there properly. Because as you can see, the bumper's nice and flush and flat, but that body is molded with that little indent right there for the winch or whatever that thing is on the Unimog attachment. Fiction, not fictional, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, you'll need to do this to the fender so that that body will sit down there flush over, so that your body fender will fit over this actual plastic fender. Okay, that's something you want to do. That needs to be etched out, and that way the body is sitting on there nice and flush. All right, just wanted to share that. Just wanted to update you on that. So this is DJ out. Have a good day.